How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you? It's been really hot here, and I kind of wish it would cool down a bit because, I keep going, because of the heat in my throat. You know that feeling? But other than that, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I forgot to hit live until the last second, so the whole intro thing is not there, dude. It's July 1st. It's hot. Our brains are being drained, and a lot of movies got announced today, not just from Vinegar
Tons of
Syndrome,
movies.
Scream Factory, and Severin, but we're here to focus on the Vinegar Syndrome Summer Subscriber Week, and we got quite a few things that dropped today.
We have. It's an incredible week, and this is just the start of it. And boy, if you collect media, way too many announcements. I mean, before we get completely started, I'm just going to say, if you were to build all the media that was announced today, you're looking at $600-700
easily. So let's go into the Vinegar Syndrome website and
There we
let's get
go.
started because there's a lot to go through. All right. So now we're at the summer subscriber week, July 1st through July 7th. Every day there's going to be something new, but we're going to focus on today. And we're going to look at, there's a 4K of Reptilicus. Does this one excite you, or what are your feelings on it?
Yes. Gorgo didn't excite me this much. I do prefer the sequel to this movie.
Yeah, I got Gorgo and it was 4K and it was cool. I felt like it was kind of probably what it is. It's a cheap knockoff of Godzilla and King Kong.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch it. I might like it. I might not.
I do like the artwork though.
Artwork's great. If there was something that wasn't part of the subscription and it was through a sub label, which I think it really should be VSL, but whatever, I probably wouldn't have picked this up even at a discount.
Me neither.
But let's look at the movie. The artwork is great. We got the back slip. I mean,
let's look at some of the screenshots.
We got 6,000 units, a lot of extra features. I'll go to the screenshots, okay?
Because this ain't going to be anything. There ain't going to be no nudity in this. So
okay, can you see that good?
Yeah, that's
Lower?
good.
Okay, so at the title screen, it looks like 4K.
It looks lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
that's nice.
Nice one, cute girl on the beach.
Oh, look at that! That looks realistic.
Underwater action. We got some more beachgoers. Oh, look at those special effects. But it's 1961. I get it. Okay, we got some military guys shooting. Some lovely ladies, some more action. Yeah. This definitely looks like what I would expect from the film. I don't think it's going to blow me away or anything, but I tend to not be a big pre-1970s fan. I know that's probably not a good thing to say, but I'm just being honest. So you're okay with this one being part of the subscription?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, I wouldn't have bought it unless it was really cheap, but it's all right being in the subscription.
Cool deal. But let's get to something that I know you are very happy about.
Oh, yeah.
A Chinese Torture Chamber Story 1 and 2.
Yes.
2 films from the 90s.
Yes, I love these films. I almost bought these on DVD recently. I almost bought this on DVD recently for 120 quid because these films are basically about torturing women, sex, nudity, and violence. And if anybody knows me, that's everything I like. So this is perfect for me. And they're a lot of fun. They're silly, they're fun. You can have a laugh at them. There's a scene in one where they've got like these big wooden sticks and they're beating a woman to death with them. George, hey George. And that's not funny, but what's funny is how the guy's reacting. At first he's like, oh, and there's like, and there's like bits of comedy in it, So I can accept that because I like that, but a lot of people might get a bit, But depending on your taste, it depends on how you see it. If you see it as really too violent or not for 90s, because they're category 3 after all. So, classic.
So 90s cinema, Asian cinema doesn't seem to be good as 80s. Is this gore, violence, nudity? Where does, on a scale of like 1 to 10, where does it hit the exploitation number?
Exploitation, I'd put about a 7, 8. Because, you know, if you've seen Sex and Zen and you've seen stuff like Sex and Chopsticks, but in the sex part, then you'll get what I'm talking about. Because, in my view, they're no different to erotic thrillers in the nudity department, but they have a little bit more excitement to them, a little bit more craziness. I like them. I think they're great. And I think everybody's going to love them. I know you're going to love them.
We got a slipcover count of 6,000 units. We got 2K restoration from 35 millimeter original negatives. We got alternate 92-minute Mandarin cut. We got new interviews with the producer.
With Wong Jing.
We have the Cat 3 films of Wong Jing documentary.
Do you know who Wong Jing is?
I am not familiar with the name, no. Educate me, sir.
There's a lot you need to learn, Grasshopper.
There we go. We got some bloody images. I'll be careful with these screen grabs. I won't go too far. But there's the back of the slipcover. There's the front. Actually, of all the new announcements today, this one is probably the one I would watch first, is this double feature.
Yeah. This is the best one, in my view. Best announcement.
Okay.
Because this is something I don't think anybody expected to come out on Blu-ray.
No, and maybe not in July. July's never been known as the strongest month for Vinegar Syndrome. I think people need to realize, you know, November is the biggest, May, halfway sell. This one, July has never been big. Only recently have they made it more eventful. So
because the subscriber thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and the titles might not blow you away, but if you go back to the past 3 or 4 Julys, they were fairly weak. Yeah. And the fact that we're getting 5 movies and one of them's 4K is really good. So a big thumbs up from Malcolm on that. So now we go to the double feature we've known about. Intrepidos Punks and its follow-up, Vengeance of the Punks. This looks like the dude designs, right?
It does. It does. It looks a lot like that. I'm sure it is. It probably says it in the, the write-up.
I really, even though the artwork's busy, it's actually works for the film, which is kind of like a Mexican Mad Max kind of rip-off, low budget, late 80s, early 90s films. And there's the front of the slip cover.
Surprisingly, not that much nudity in the screenshots either.
Okay, so I can kind of go in there, be okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at some of the screenshots. We got that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I love the 1980s aesthetic with the makeup, the hair, the punk rock look. It is exactly.
It makes me think of. It makes me think of the Italian, the Bronx, New York Bronx movies.
Exactly. This one's been in the works for a few years. I don't know if it was COVID that threw things off. I know that the movies were kind of done, and then COVID hit, and the labs in Mexico that they were working with kind of fell behind. But this has been,
like 6 years in the making, isn't it?
This has been a soft announcement for a while. George wants to know, are you happy with the announcements today from Vinegar Syndrome?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, technically, there's 5 movies. To me, that's good. I've never been a big creature guy, but I don't mind watching them if I'm getting them in the subscription. These 2 movies I've never seen before, and I like the way they look and I like the aesthetic, so I'm probably going to enjoy them. And even if I don't overly love them, I might still enjoy them. And obviously, Joe's Torch Chamber, I'm going to love. What about you?
George, what you have to remember is July has always been a weaker month. And actually, to get 5 movies, 1 in 4K, 2 double features, this is actually probably the best July they've ever had. Because we're going to look at the schedule for the rest of the year in a little bit. And the strongest months have always been September, October, November, and May. Black Friday sale, Halloween, halfway to Black Friday sale. So there's a reason why these other months don't have like the slasher films and, you know, the ones that people really, really want the most. So I'm actually happy with it, especially when you compare it to the announcements that Severin's been making, which has been,
awful.
Other than Opera, I'm kind of not really vibing with any of the other announcements. So
I'm vibing with the what do you call it? You know, the Mad Bombers one.
Yeah, especially because of who's in it and the director.
Yeah, but I won't go pay over 30 for it.
So, okay, this is what's announced today. Let's do a short recap because we've been talking for a few minutes here. Reptilicus 4K, a double feature that Malcolm is loving, a Chinese torture chamber story 1 and 2, and Intrepid and Vengeance of the Punk. So those are the mainline releases.
Do you think they'll release Reptilicus's sequel?
What's the sequel?
Cunnilingus.
I probably would rather see that than Reptilicus, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because it's cunning. See?
So let's look at what else was announced today, which was the partner labels.
Okay.
So we got Amanda and the Alien.
Stacey Keach.
Mid-90s.
I do like that cover.
What's that?
I said I do like that artwork.
It's very campy. It looks like it captures the movie because look at some of these images. It's just low budget.
Look at that bad CGI.
Well, that was mid-90s CGI. So are you going to pick this one up, yes or no?
Yes, I already did.
All right. It's a maybe for me. We got from Bleeding Skull, Way Bad Stone.
Oh, that's already, the slip's already gone.
Wow. Wait up. They started off with, they did FOMO, dude. Only 1,000 units.
Whoa.
It sold out in a number of hours, and they're actually down to 364 of the Blu-ray itself. So if you want this killer slipcover, you're going to have to go on eBay and pay some ridiculous amount because it is gone.
Well, I'm glad I picked it up.
Wow. A Bloody Universe of Sorcery. This is a maybe. I'm obviously not going to stress out about a slipcover because they're gone. But very lucky you picked one up, Malcolm.
Yep. I'm glad I did.
Canadian International Pictures, The Bitter Ash. That's a no from me. What about you? It looks to be more of a drama, more serious picture. Could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I mean, the artwork looks good and the picture quality looks good. You know, the aesthetic, but yeah, I'll put it back. I did pick up this because I've got Scalper, which is apparently the prequel to it or the sequel, one or the other.
Dark Star has Nightcaller. This looks a little bit more in my wheelhouse, but again, doesn't look like anything to write home about. There's a 1,000 slipcover count, so there could be FOMO, but there's still
a lot there.
Yeah, this one.
I think we need to get this. You need to have Scalper because that goes with it.
It's a no from me. I don't need to own it.
I own it. I bought it. So
Nuts by Cartoon.
I didn't buy this, but I was tempted for the slip alone.
Looks like it's some sort of okay.
There you go.
Go out of there. Animation.
I think it's some sort of animation, kind of weird, maybe foreign thing.
But you picked it up because you're Malcolm and you buy everything. I am not buying.
No, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy that one.
Oh, you didn't.
No.
Mommy, what? Mommy, what?
Yeah, I didn't buy this either. This was a big no for me.
That's a no. ETR Media puts out Nintendo Quest, the most unofficial and unauthorized Nintendo documentary ever.
I picked that up because I'm into games, so I picked that up.
Yeah, they started up again. FOMO, 1,000 slipcovers. It's down to still has 686, but this definitely won't make it probably to the end of the week.
That slip is beautiful.
These always sell well. Anything on video games in that whole era, Sega, Nintendo, kick butt. It's a
Yeah,
no for
I
me,
bought it
but
because I was like, I've got the other ones. So be careful with this one because there's nudity on this one.
okay, I'm just gonna say I'm a no for Go Down Death. What about you?
I picked it up because of the nudity on the cover.
Yeah. And then Marcel Pagnol, My Father's Glory, My Mother's Castle. That's a no.
Hello, Craig. Yeah, I
IFC
didn't pick up the
Films.
film one.
IFC Films, Bastards.
I picked this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought it looked interesting.
More like a thriller.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. Again, I'm not the biggest partner label guy, so you're going to get a lot of no's out of me. Saturn's
This is the
Core.
first time. This is the first time I've not picked out a Saturn's Core release.
This is a double feature of Living a Zombie Dream and Kitty Killers. This is a maybe. Looking at the artwork, there's some gore. There's some,
Nah.
it's a maybe. It's not like I need to get it right now. Again, Utopia's putting out FEMA. That doesn't look like
that's a fairly new release.
VHS.
It came out 2 years ago.
Lost Profits, Yellow Bell Pictures. She's allergic to cats. Yeah, man, that's a pretty weak. The only one I'm really tempted to put in my cart is Amanda and the Alien. Everything else,
yeah,
I could live without. But
so you weren't tempted to get the other one, the one where the guy makes the weird movies because he can't get any action?
Nah, that one wasn't doing anything for me. So we got the 3 mainline releases. We got the partner labels. Malcolm and I are going to make some recommendations with the daily deals. Now, these are $15 a pop. We're going to start with the first line. What of those movies, which one would you recommend?
I'm Asking the Idol, I think, is the best one. Then I would probably say Expect No Mercy for May, and then probably Moon of the Wolf. Alien from LA I've not watched yet, and Through the Fire I thought was appalling.
Alien from LA, the only issue that I didn't have an issue with her voice, but Kathy Ireland's got a very kind of squeaky voice.
Yeah.
But the movie is good. The special effects are good. It's from Albert Pune, who's, we lost him a couple years ago, but 80s and 90s, that guy was like one of the kings of direct-to-video horror.
He did Cyborg, didn't he?
Yeah. I think
Nemesis.
I think it's one of its better films. I like Alien from LA. Don't let her voice detract you from buying it because she's beautiful. She's a model. So
also, when you say his name, Pune, you have to go Pune, Pune, Pune. Like,
I was hoping I pronounced it right. Pune, Pune, Pune. Okay. Second row, which one do you recommend?
Out of these, I'd probably recommend Girls' School Screamers and probably Infernal. I'm not going to say the other bit in case, you get in trouble. So the one on the end and Girls' School Screamers. Blades was fun, but I don't know if I'd go back to Blades. The other 2 I haven't watched yet.
I actually would recommend any on this row, but I'm going to go with Girls' School Screamers. It's a trauma film. It does lock some of the, trademark nudity you expect from trauma.
Yeah.
But it's still a fun 80s slasher film. So I'm definitely with you on Girls' School Screamers. Yeah. Now, what about this row?
Guess that's Paradiso and Frostbiter, because I cannot love the Chili song.
Frostbiter and Psycho Girls are great. Frostbiter's got some really good, there's computer effects, but there's stop motion. It's kind of like Evil Dead.
Yeah.
On a budget.
It's a good film. It's underrated.
It's really one of the better films of, you're like, oh, look at the title. Look at this. It's got to be horrible. Absolutely entertaining. Psycho Girls, I put probably number 2 on that row, but I'm going to go with Frostbiter. That's the strongest one.
And the Chili song.
Okay, this is the last. We're going to count this as one row. There's 6 titles here.
Well, I would probably say Being Natural, because that's a canny release. And I'd probably say
It's
Duck, the Carbine High Massacre. Because it's very distasteful and that kind of makes it more interesting.
Well, unfortunately, I haven't seen any of these last 6 movies, so I can't recommend based off viewing experience. Maybe if I had to buy one, I would probably pick up Shit and Champagne, just because its title, sexy woman on the cover. Hello.
Right there.
Yeah. So got out of there real quick. Yeah. So that's our recommendations on that. So we've gone over the 3 mainline titles. We've gone over the partner label recommendations, the daily deals. Now we're going to go pop up a different screen.
And
let me get
we're gonna educate a boy now.
Okay, so over on the Vinegar Syndrome Instagram account, every day for like the last 5 or 6 days, they've been putting up a banner.
Yes.
This one's for tomorrow, July 2nd, from Cinemagraph, sub-label. There's Niagara Falls in New York. What do we think it's going to be, Malcolm?
Marilyn Monroe's Niagara. No, I'm joking. Last Embrace with Roy Snyder.
Last Embrace. We will show you a picture of it after we cap this. It's directed by Jonathan Demme, starring the great Roy Scheider. It's kind of like a murder mystery thriller.
Yeah, it's a good film.
I really think that's the one that's dropping tomorrow.
Since I've got the Blu-ray, I can tell you that it's very highly likely, like 99%.
So what we have is Tuesday is one Cinemagraph. That's the film we think it is. Wednesday is a VSP, which is a Vinegar Syndrome picture, which is going to be an original film. That's the way that line works. This is the banner. Looks like, hellfire. There's some burning. And this is the image from the film that absolutely matches that. And what do we think that's going to be, Malcolm?
We think it's going to be the Goonies.
It's going to be the Goonies. They're good enough for Malcolm. They're good enough
obviously, it's 8 Eyes.
8 Eyes is an original production. Actually, if you go back into my library of videos, I interviewed Emily Sweet.
Yes.
She's the star of 8 Eyes. So after you watch,
and she was very sweet as well.
Boom, boom, boom. Good pun there. So yes, 8 Eyes. That's going to be what we feel is going to be Wednesday, which is their VSP. Thursday is merch day. So no movies. We're going to talk about, they're going to be T-shirts and wristbands.
So July the 4th style clothing, right?
Yeah, that's 4th of July. So they know people are going to be out of town and, not really at home. So they're not going to release make an announcement for a movie. So that's merch day. I'm not going to really focus on that because it's merch and not the films.
Yeah.
Now, Friday is the Gosser video, one title. Now, that's their shot on video line. Now, you might be saying, wait, Vinegar Syndrome is restoring films. Well, this year they changed their mind, came up with the sub-label, the Gosser video, and actually I've enjoyed all the films. This is the banner. And at first I thought it was Campfire Tales from 1991. But look beyond the fire and look at in the foreground, you see 3 hooded figures with robes. Well, not you can just see the robes, which means a cult. Specifically, what is it, Malcolm?
It's the Are You Afraid of the Dark movie series, where they come out. No, it's Blood Cult.
Blood Cult. Now, they had previously released The Ripper. This is from the same filmmaker. So this makes sense that one would come after the other.
Yeah. We
could be wrong, but the fire, the robes, I'm thinking we're looking at Blood Cults.
I think it is as well. I think, I think so far, of everything we've said, I think there's like 0.5% we're wrong, but I highly doubt it. Knowing Vinegar Syndrome, we've clocked it.
Yeah. Unlike our Severin picks, I think we're going to get some of these right, if not all of them.
Yes.
Okay.
The Severin picks are awful.
So Saturday is a VSA, which I don't even want. It's a subline that's all over the place. It used to be horror. Then it was action. Now it's a little bit of everything. But we know based off this teaser, we have a blonde-haired woman with an axe, a short axe. And in the text, they said it was a trauma film. So what did we come up with?
They call me Macho Woman.
Look at that image. Exactly the same. Blonde-haired woman with the short axe, not your normal axe.
Why isn't she nude?
I heard surprisingly, I heard there's not a lot of
if you go back, I wonder if it's even up the arm like it is in there. Yeah, it is a bit.
It's trauma. It's trash, which means I will love it. That one I'm definitely going to pick up. Now, Sunday is VSL, which is their labs, VSL Labs.
Yes.
It used to be kind of pre-1970s films like Reptilicus, but now I don't know what it is.
Well, it was also them testing stuff out, wasn't it? Like to see if people actually wanted to see more of them.
Now we got this image that it could be anybody. It looks like it could be a Jess Franco. It could be a woman.
Possibly.
It could be a man. I mean, I don't know, man.
It might not even be a man. It might not even be a woman. It might be an alien. We don't know.
I want to say it's pre-1970s, but who knows?
It looks too clean to be that.
Yeah, I mean, I have no guess. That's coming from VSL.
It's a foreign film, I reckon.
Probably foreign, maybe a little bit more on the artsy side.
Polish, I reckon. Might be Polish or like European.
Okay, so that's what's coming the rest of the week. We have a pretty good feeling we're going to be correct on that.
Yeah.
Now back to the Vinegar Syndrome website. Over here in the left-hand corner is the 2024 Midway subscription. Very important to go in there because you're going to miss out on some announcements.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go to the bottom. August. We're going to get a 4K UHD debut of a 70s drive-in horror classic.
Yep.
A Blu-ray debut of a British Vincent Price starring Rarity. And then also a movie called Hell's Trap, which is also known as Trompa Inferno, which is never seen it, but sounds like my kind of film.
Yeah, it does look good.
But that's the August lineup. We did not know about Hell's Trap prior to this. So they're trying to get people.
Well, this is new to us.
Right. Well, they're trying to get the last 6 months of the year, getting people to subscribe. And they're dropping a little bit of extra information that we didn't have before.
Well, except for Corpus Mania. We knew Corpus Mania because they said that before, but the rest of it we didn't.
So that's August. Hell Trap, a 4K debut of a 70s drive-in classic and a Vincent Price Blu-ray. September, we have a 4K debut of an 80s gory studio horror. That can be anything.
Yeah.
It looks like it's probably been on Blu-ray before. It's getting an upgrade to 4K. I have no idea what it can be.
Could be a Shout Factory previous release.
I mean, The Beast Within was MGM, and that's never had a 4K, so it could be that. But again,
yeah, it could be that.
It could be a number of things. We're also
it could be television.
It could be, but is that gory or is that just more slimy?
I think it's more slimy, isn't it?
Yeah, but then we also got.
I've only seen it once, so.
A UHD debut of a star-studded 80s giallo. I don't know what that could be.
Any idea what that could be?
What do you think?
From the 80s. Let's think. I'm trying to think. You know when you try to think to see what ones go through your mind that are not being on 4K or that?
Well, we can always come back to it. You'll probably remember it when you're thinking of something else. And also another announcement, a movie called Craze. It's part of a 3-disc Blu-ray set of British murder thrillers. So
Craze is brilliant, by the way, with Jack Palance. He's so crazed in it. It's amazing.
Talk about a perfect actor, right? I've never even heard of it. That one has me excited as well.
Jack Palance has to be one of the greatest international actors of all time.
Now we're going to get into the last 2 months of the year. December is partner label month, so I don't count that. October and November. October is going to be horror heavy. November is going to be big, just, popular titles. So October, Malcolm is really excited about the 4K UH debut of Corpse Mania.
I am. Because that's a Shaw Brothers title.
Which is a very gross looking corpse grinding, maggot infested.
It's got a lot of, you know what? It's got a lot of necro, you know what, in it.
Yeah, you could tell from the artwork. Forgotten Gialli Volume 7, featuring 3 Never on Blue 80s Gialli. Now, they've also teased before it's late 80s Gialli, which gets me even more excited because maybe we can see stuff like Ruggero Deodato's Body Count, but that movie's really huge. I don't think they put it in the set.
I don't think they put it in that set. I think it would be its individual.
Same with Dial Help. I think that is too big to be in a set, though that's wishful thinking, but I'm down for late 80s Gialli. 4K debut of a 70s masterpiece can be anything because they're not specific to genre. They just said 70s horror masterpiece.
Sure.
And it could have been on Blu-ray before. That's why they're saying it's a 4K debut. But the one detail that I want to focus on is the Blu-ray debut of a never on disc early 80s slasher. No 4K, no Blu-ray, no DVD. This is never on disc early 80s slasher. That's going to be some movie.
So it means it would have only been on VHS.
Yeah. And maybe Laserdisc. I don't even think they count Laserdisc as disc at this point, but I think you're correct. Probably only on VHS only. It could be Home Sweet. Hey, it could be Home Sweet Home.
Well, it might be actually. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
An October release that you'll get before Thanksgiving. Home Sweet Home is a Thanksgiving slasher with that Body by Jake guy. It's never been on disc. I think it could be.
That's a good idea, actually. It could be.
November, huge. 2 4K UH debuts of never on disc films. So they're going from VHS to 4K.
Bam.
And then another UHD of an unrated version getting its Blu-ray UHD debut.
They're not giving much, are they? They're not giving much away, yeah?
Unrated means possibly there's only been a rated version available to the masses, and they've unearthed the unrated version. And then 1 Blu-ray debut of a highly demanded horror, which, shoot.
They say that every year. Yeah,
that could be something like Rejuvenator, which I'd love to see. But again, I could guess 20 movies. And
you got to remember, the Instructor, the VSAV Instructor was probably the most requested title of all time.
The one that I thought was Jim Cotta?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get out of the screen real quick.
All right. Let's do.
What have you bought today, Malcolm, so far?
Today, we didn't go to the Melusine.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Okay, so for Melusine, I bought the New Bridget LaHaye book, and I bought the pin-up book, which has like pin-up pictures of, like the old 50s, 60s. I picked up, what else about? I picked up 6 partner labels, I think, and I picked up the 2 Picaramas.
I'm probably going to wait. The Melusine stuff is not going to sell out. I'm going to wait till the end of the week.
It is. It sold out. 1,000. There was only 1,000.
Which one? The slipcover?
The new ones. There was only like 1,000. When I looked earlier, there was like 100 left.
Let me look, because I might have to make a purchase while we're doing this call or we're doing this video. Let me go over to Melusine. All right. I'm not sharing it. You're just messing with me, aren't you? Now, let's see. Spirit of 76 and Teeny Buns is over 1,000 left of 2,000. And then Misbehavin'. They start out with 2,000. They're at 1,723. You're just messing with me. But I'm glad I looked. Hey, you never know. They could do a 1,000 count and they're gone in 4 hours.
Well, that pin-up book sold out almost instantly. When I bought it, there was only 2 left. Crazy. But yeah, I picked up Bastards. I picked up The Agfa release, the Bleeding Skull one, because I can't remember the titles at the minute. And I picked up a couple of the others, but we basically looked at. But I've got no reason to pick up any of the other titles because I get them a subscription. If any of the titles we talked about go up, I might buy Blood Cult and I might buy Macho Woman. But I don't think I'll buy Last Embrace. Well, not yet anyway, because I've got the Blu-ray.
So now that it's just you and I on screen, let me recap via banners what's coming. All right, so Reptilicus is out now. Also, a Chinese torture chamber story 1.
Look at her on the back there. She's enjoying it.
Yeah, she doesn't look too happy. Its sequel. Okay. Then we have a double feature of Intrepidos Punks and its sequel. And then tomorrow we think we're getting Last Embrace. There's Niagara Falls with the woman hanging from it. Remember the teaser banner had Niagara Falls, so we're pretty sure
it's Snyder all the way.
Wednesday is VSP. 8 Eyes is original production. Thursday's 4th of July, that's just apparel. Friday's the Gossard Video, Blood Cult.
Yep.
Saturday's VSA, Trauma. They Call Me Macho Woman.
Ooh.
Okay, and then what's coming in August? Pampa Infernal.
Yep.
September is Craze. There's Jack Palance with an axe.
There he is.
We got some little demonic, looks like that Twilight Zone episode with the little satanic fortune-telling thing.
If I remember correctly from the trailer, he kills his wife or something, and he slowly starts going crazy.
And Jack Palance is such a good actor. I think he was already a little crazy to begin with. Yeah. So he was probably a perfect match. And then October.
He's up there with Dennis Hopper and William Dafoe.
Right. They're kind of tailor-made for those films because they're kind of a little bit of wacko. And then October, we're getting a 4K of Corpse Mania, which I think Malcolm is very happy about.
I'm very excited about this. I'll be watching back the necromantic films.
So that's what's available. That's what's coming soon. There's a lot going on there. Anything else you want to talk about? I got the website open. We can bring it back.
Sure. What would you like to talk about? What would you like to talk about the films or Vinegar Syndrome or that?
Well, let's put it this way. Vinegar Syndrome won today and this week. Severin Summer Sale has been one bummer of announcement after another. There's the 4K of Opera that will cost you an arm and a leg. I'll probably wait till November when it's at a discount. Everything up to that. Announcement number 2 through 8. I don't have to buy any of those titles.
You're not even going to buy the Sam exclusive one, but it's not going to be sold afterwards.
Their next 2 announcements of 10, they only have 2 left. They need to be really good. They need to be Slaughter High or Pieces or some box set of 3 films because right now it's not their best sell. It's not very good.
I think they're going to announce the 3 Ninjas collection in the kids section. When was the last time they had a Severin Kids title?
It's been a while. Is it the one with
the Journey to the Center of the Earth one?
No, was it the one with the grandpa from the Munsters?
Oh, you're talking about the vampire one, right?
That might be the last.
My grandpa the vampire?
Yeah, with the what's his name? Grandpa from the Munsters, yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I just don't know his name.
Yeah.
But that was a while ago, because that was when they did the Christopher Lee set, wasn't it? Or was that when they released the Captain Invincible?
I mean, I'm not on top of that line, but I want to say that's the last one. It was over a year ago, at least.
Well, I think the 7 announcements have been bad. To be honest, I don't know how everybody else feels. Let us know what you think. But personally, I think this time for the sale, it's better to buy titles you might have waited for from the last one, because they're all supposed to be on sale this month. You know, like The Church, The Sect, Cemetery Man. I might throw Devil's Honey in there because I love that movie, even though that's going to be probably like 40. But I wouldn't pay 75 or 70 for opera. I really wouldn't. I think that's a waste of money.
I mean, regardless of the soundtrack and how many discs, you're still paying for one film.
Yeah, I mean, I paid 55 for Four Flies on Grey Velvet. I'm not paying more than that. I think 55 is ridiculous.
What do you think of
saying that? I think this is going to be different. I think it's going to be like the Last Horror Show. I think it's going to be like the booklet in with the 4K. I don't think it's going to be a slip.
Yeah, their Scream Factory is updating throughout the day, but let me pull up what they've been announcing today, because something else just went up. Okay. So they just announced a 4K of John Carpenter's Village of the Damned.
Yeah, no, it's ages ago.
Okay, well, maybe then I'll just take an orders for it.
Yeah, it's possible. Oh, wow, look at that.
So looks like you get the album, like the soundtrack, the 4K, the alternate artwork looks worse than the original artwork. It's too many colors going on. There's some sort of little.
Yeah, true. These prices are crazy. Like, who the hell needs a 7-inch yellow, black, and white splatter vinyl?
Yeah. So we got Village of the Damned, which has been out pretty much on every format. We got Neil Marshall, the director of Dog Soldiers and The Descent. Doomsday, which is kind of like his Mad Max.
And that one with, what's the name? Rita Mitra in? Because I didn't like that film at all.
Rona Mitra from
it's Rhonda Mitra, that's it.
Bob Hoskins.
Malcolm McDowell, I think.
Let me go back and get a better look at the, there you go. There's Village of the Damned. And let's go back to Doomsday. Extra feature-wise, I don't know. It just says pre-order from our site and get an exclusive poster while supplies last. So again, another film that's been on every format. So if you love 4K, I guess it's cool. But
hey, Stepfather! They should have done Stepfather 1, 2, and 3 together.
3 has never been on disc. 1 and 2 have been on announced or been on Blu-ray, but this is the 4K debut for Stepfather. I do like this.
Yeah, they could have done like a box set of them together, just so it didn't seem like some. You know what I mean?
I know Stepfather 3 was a television film, so it might be owned by Showtime.
Well, so was The Omen Awakening, wasn't it? That
yes,
the fourth one that was in the set. That was a TV movie.
Yeah. So this one's coming to 4K. So it's a lot of 4Ks of movies that have been available on disc. Also, the remake of the Amityville Horror from Platinum Dunes.
The worst one with Ryan Reynolds and Melissa George in. Melissa George, when I was a kid, I used to really enjoy looking at her.
I do like this one because I'm not the biggest fan of the original, so I didn't feel like they were stepping on a holy grail. So if I don't like the original, it's easier for me to accept a remake. Where if I love the original, yeah, it's blasphemy. It's probably the only Platinum Dunes remake I like. I didn't like Elm Street. I didn't like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I thought this one was good. I could see where people would hate it.
Yeah.
We got a new film. This movie's not that old. The Boy.
I enjoyed this film when I originally watched it.
With Lauren Cohen from The Walking Dead. I know they made a sequel, The Boy 2. I'm assuming
The Boy 2 was terrible.
I'm figuring it down the line that Scream Factory will put it out as well. So that is, a newer film. What is this?
Ooh.
Succubus.
On DVD.
DVD, but no Blu-ray. Interesting. Do they still do DVDs by themselves?
It looks like it.
I don't. Okay, this one's from Shout Studios, even though it's Screen Factory as well. I've never seen. It's been years since I've seen them not do a Blu-ray and just do a DVD. It specifically says comes to DVD September 24th, and it looks interesting. I'm not against DVD, but I'm surprised they didn't do a Blu-ray.
Is there any more announcements there of DVDs?
I'm going to keep looking. Rachel Cook, Rosanna Arquette, and Ron Perlman.
Oh, so they got some good cast in it.
Oh yeah, the original
Strangers,
which totally makes sense because the remake just came out.
Yeah, it's gonna be watching it because they're gonna do it during the popularity of it.
Yeah. So let's recap what Screen Factory has for us, man. Today was a busy announcement day.
It was shocking, actually.
I mean, actually, this screen hasn't. Well, I could just look at the screen here. We got Village of the Damned, Doomsday, Stepfather, Amityville Horror remake, The Boy, The Strangers, all in 4K, and a DVD of a new film called Succubus.
Yeah, weird. I can't believe you haven't seen the movie. I can't believe you haven't seen The Boy, George.
That's a movie I have not watched yet. The Boy. No. I thought it was okay, and the sequel were okay. It's kind of like Annabelle, where the dolls don't do a whole lot. It's not like Chucky or something where it's more how they influence you.
What I will say is, after you watch The Boy, watch it about a boy, and you've seen the sequel then.
So did we miss everything? Let me go back to the Vinegar Syndrome site. I don't want to go too quick. Yeah, I think we did.
What did we miss? Does anyone know anything else?
No, we did the 3 mainline titles. We did partner labels. We did daily deals. We did what we feel is coming this week. We went into the halfway subscription and looked at what's coming the last 6 months of the year. And
yeah, we ran through that, didn't we?
You know what? I will go over to Severn real quick. Their Facebook and kind of recap what they've been doing over there.
And put some digs in. We're going to bury the titles.
Yeah, it's let's do that. All right, 1 hour ago, they announced some documentary they're releasing. Inside Story of London's legendary Scala Cinema.
Oh, that's already been released by the BFI over here.
Okay, so Severn Summer Title 8 is A Dog Called Vengeance. That one's not doing a whole lot for me. What about you?
It looks like it could be good, but it's not something I'd buy outright. So I could imagine one for like $12.
And then prior to that, The Creature from Eloy de la Iglesia.
Which I would probably get to complete my collection of his more, but not because I think about it. It's not a title I'd jump at.
I'm with you. A little bit underwhelming with these reveals. The Mad Bomber with Chuck Connors, Neville Brand. This one is definitely a maybe. I might pick it up. It's directed by Burt I. Gordon, very prolific filmmaker. This looks like it could be an interesting kind of
if the price is right, it might be a buy. But I've got a feeling it's going to be like $35.
Don't Change Hands.
I could see you buying this.
No, I'm good.
It's a title. It's from the same director who released a couple of things for the All with Innocence label. So it's something that I would have probably picked up in the past, but I'm not gonna, because I know someone's gonna charge ridiculous money for it.
The Red Light Bandit.
Heard good things about it, but again, I don't know. I don't think it's
too big of a risk, just to blind buy some of these films.
That's what I mean, yeah. That's the problem.
The Mummy and
this
the
has
Curse.
Me intrigued, but I'd want to see a trailer first.
Does that look like an AI created artwork?
It definitely does. It looks too clean.
Yeah, it's a 1969 film, but it looks like a 2024 film with the artwork.
It looks very generic, the artwork. Especially considering the original artwork was actually quite good. I'm buying this because it's a summer sale exclusive.
Simple like silver. So really, the only one I need is Opera, and that's not. I'm going to wait 6 months till it's discounted because it's just too damn expensive, man.
You see what I mean by how it might have the book kind of like side-loaded instead of, because the box is big.
Is there anybody out there excited about what Vinegar Syndrome has announced today? What are you guys cool with it? We went over Vinegar Syndrome. We went over Scream Factory. We went over Severin. We're focused on Vinegar Syndrome. I think they had the best announcements. They still have more to come this week. I think we covered everything, man.
I think we did for the most part, yeah. I mean, I think we did really well. I mean, considering we covered technically 3 sides.
And don't forget to do these things to help out the channel. There's we're trying to make our ways out there.
Yep.
And Malcolm and I will be back next Monday. We kind of talked about it last week. We're going to do another cinematic fart blower theater. We're going to look at the Phantasm series, but the 5th one is the one that doesn't work for us. And we're going to kind of roast it a little bit, but we will do a retrospective kind of on the first 4 films because I do enjoy the series up until the end. But 5 kind of deserves a little bit of heat because I didn't think it was.
I'm looking forward to that, actually. I've got my Blu-ray set on the table over there ready. Going to put them all in through the week again, watch them, and just have a really nice, dim lighting, and just go with the flow. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great video.
Also, schedules permitting, would you prefer we did these more often? Twice a week, once a week, maybe it's not enough. We could try to work that into the schedule. Twice a week might be better. I won't name the filmmaker, but we're also going to do a retrospective on the career of somebody who passed away last year. Very underappreciated, mostly a genre filmmaker. A lot of favorites under his belt.
Yeah,
I didn't really see a lot of. I saw a lot of people, saying they liked his work, but I didn't really see a lot of videos actually giving props to.
You know why, don't you? You know why? This is going to come off really, what do you call it? But the reason that is because people were like, okay, if I put the name in my video, I'll get views. I don't care about the thing. I just care about this,
Well, yeah, I know that people eulogized him on social media, but I really feel, and I'm not saying there's not a video out there. The landscape of YouTube's so huge. Maybe I missed the video giving this guy the recognition he deserves. But I feel like he did about 5 or 6 films that I thought were solid. Some theatrical, mostly direct-to-video, but I kind of forgot about it. But that was a video we've been talking about for a couple months that I want to do.
Definitely. And guys, if we could easily do 2 a week, I'm sure.
We are going to try to come back once the Severance Cell goes live, but boy, with these announcements, I'm not that excited for it. I guess I'll do it just because I have the day off from work. But
yeah, just because they don't have work, huh?
That's about it. But as usual, we want to thank you for doing all these things, coming by, checking out the video. There was a lot to cover. I hope it made sense and we didn't lose anybody. Thank you for the people commenting and coming in. And we will talk to you guys soon.
We will. Take care.
Take care, guys.